It's a pleasure to be here again. This Kehila Kedusha that we have such a great rabbi, Wagner here. Here we are tonight, Rabotai, to talk about a beautiful Chag that has sustained the Jewish nation for last 3,500 years. So Rabbi Wagner asked me to give a message first, and then we start the halakot. Correct, Rabbi? We should go to straight halakot, correct? Is that what you asked? Okay, we have to answer. We have to listen to the Rabbi. So, Rabbi, I'm going to ask you a question. We know that we are supposed to eat matzah on the night of the Pesach. Why we have to eat matzah? This should be a very important question. Everybody should ask the night of Pesach. Why we have to eat matzah?
Poor man's bread. Poor man's bread.
Yeah, but it's not the reason. What's the reason?
To remember
Exactly.
So remember, it's a Mitzrayim that he said, Mitzrayim, we ate matzah. So remember, which matzah, there was two matzot eaten in Mitzrayim before and leaving after. The night of the 15th in Mitzrayim, they had the Korban Pesach inside the houses. The doors were closed. There was blood on the doorpost, and they had in that night matzah made for matzah. They made matzah bedavka. It shouldn't be chametz. Then they also had the Korban Pesach, which was barbecued, and then they had the maror too. And they had a mitzvah given by Hashem to eat a matzah and a maror and Korban Pesach. And that matzah was prepared to be a matzah for the mitzvah matzah lishma. That's clear? Everybody remember that, right? That's Pesukim in the Torah and Parashat Bo. Then happens to be tomorrow morning when they were sent out, they took dough. So they have food on the road when they're going out of Mitzrayim. And that dough was meant to be what? Was meant to be made into bread, chametz bread. But since they left Mitzrayim bechipazon in a haste, that dough never became chametz. So by force they had to bake it as a matzah, which means it was not l'shem matzah. It was supposed to be chametz, didn't work out. So which matzah are we remembering when we eat matzah on Pesach night? The matzah that was meant to be a matzah on the night when we're sitting home in the Mitzrayim? Or the matzah that we were supposed to make it chametz, didn't work out and became matzah by force, by accident?
Why we eat matzah in Mitzrayim in the first night? Why do we eat?
Because Hashem said, take a Korban Pesach on the 10th of the Nisan, tie it to your bed for 4 days, and bring a Korban, and Korban Pesach needs to have Korban Pesach, matzah and maror.
Okay.
Regular night of regular night of Pesach, that's supposed to have been.
So there it is, that's why.
So that's supposed to be that way. That's how the mitzvah is supposed to be every year since then. That's the mitzvah, the Leil Pesach. You make Korban Pesach, you make matzah l'shem matzah, and you have to make a dough l'shem matzah. If you have a goy baking matzah for you, it's not kosher, right? Because it's not l'shem matzah. That's the real matzah. And that's what's supposed to have been since then. But then, accidentally, the day after, when they become out of Mitzrayim, they make a dough to make chametz, to eat on the way out. That dough didn't make it to become chametz. They baked it and they said, oh, it's matzah again. Against our will, without intending to make matzah. So I'm going to ask you a question. This question should ask on the table because very important for the night of Pesach to understand where is matzah from. Which matzah are we trying to remember when we eat matzah on Pesach night?
The logic one said the one.
First one.
The first one. This is the logic.
But the Torah says the second one.
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
And this question you should have asked when you were 13 years old. Abba, how come you are eating matzah that was meant for the matzah that was supposed to be chametz? and was not Leshem Matzah, and we skip the Matzah which was supposed to be Leshem Matzah, the real Matzah of the first night, which is Leshem Matzah. If I had to choose one to remember, I would remember the night of the Pesach, which was real Matzah, first time ever made for the Jewish nation, first time mitzvah was done ever in the history of humanity, and was made Leshem Matzah. Not the second one that was supposed to be regular challah, baguette,
Maybe it's not.
rye bread, whatever you like. And then became matzah by accident and was not Leshem Matzah. And whatever is not Leshem Matzah is not matzah, by the way, we should know that. If you have a matzah that was not baked Leshem Matzah, you don't do the mitzvah. It's not matzah. Matzah has to be Leshem Matzah.
When we bake, we said Hashem mitzvah matzah.
Yeah. And if not, that's why even if a goy makes it very well, we can be yotzeh because it wasn't done Leshem Mitzvah Matzah.
Maybe they want to make matzah.
And that matzah that we had on the road, for sure wasn't Leshem Matzah, no question.
Why not?
But Leshem Chametz.
Why, Rabbi? The
Yeah,
night
explain.
before was Passover. The night after they're leaving. So maybe they like the matzah from the night before. They say, let me make it again tomorrow. So now they're ready to make it and then they have to leave.
No. It
Maybe they
says
want to make matzah.
no. It doesn't. It says openly that they didn't have time to make bread. It says because of lack of pressure of time. It says open. We can't make up our own reasoning when the Torah says the reasoning. They couldn't make it. They wanted to make, a rye bread or a lafa. They didn't get it.
Okay.
It's a tremendous question everybody should have asked many years ago. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into it. It's not the makom and the time and the environment for it. I'm going to make it one simple answer for now. It should be good enough. Rabotai, here on the night of the Pesach, when we started Judaism started from the night of Pesach. Before that, there was no Judaism. The Jews didn't live like Jews before that night. From that night, they started living like Jews. So I tell you something simple. Hashem saw that the Jews are living bechipazon. Chipazon means with haste. Hashem loved the excitement of that moment, even though it was Leshem Chametz, more than the real matzah they made at home and they ate Leshem Mitzvah the night before. So the enthusiasm and the love that they showed, Hashem, we want to go. We want to go with you. We want to be with you. Hashem said that excitement I have to remember. I cherish. So from now on, every time you're going to make matzah, I'm going to remember, and you should remember, the excitement and the haste that you wanted to come with me, to be with me, to go with me to Eretz Israel. That has more importance to me than you had the real matzah the night before. Okay, I think this is an important message, and I think it fits very well with the idea of why we are remembering matzah that was supposed to be chametz be'emet, and accidentally became matzah, and we live over the real matzah, which is supposed to be done. That's the real matzah the night before, the same matzah. Fine. Very good.
Wow.
Very good. So this is important. I think you should remember, you should mention on the table. I'm sure many people don't know this, that we are remembering the wrong matzah. And this should be the question number one in another Pesach. Why will we remember the wrong matzah? We had a real matzah, we skip over it, we go to the wrong matzah. Why? We have a good matzah, go after the good matzah. Fine about that. This is as far as the night of Pesach. Let's keep it exciting and make it enthusiastic for our Judaism, because that's why we became Jewish. And that's the kind of Judaism that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves and become close to. Fine. I'm sure you know there's many halachot that are depending on Pesach, so we're not going to cover all. We're going to try to cover as much as we can where there is a need for it. As of today, what's the preparation for Pesach? Just before you go shopping for Pesach, you should remember, don't say I'm going to buy meat for Pesach. not allowed to say that. You have to say, I'm going to buy meat for Yom Tov. Because saying I'm going to buy meat for Pesach sounds like you're buying Korban Pesach, which is not allowed. That's number one. Number two, Chametz has three isurim in it. Three. There is three isurim attached to Chametz. Non-kosher food has only one isur attached to it. Chametz has three isurim attached to it. One is the isur of not to have lo yira'eh, which is not to have. One is the isur of not to eat, lo ya'achel. And another mitzvah attached to it is tashbitu seor mibatechem. You're supposed to be destroying the chametz from your house. That's the third mitzvah attached to the idea of chametz that the person should be aware of. The mitzvah of tashbitu comes first. That's why the night before Pesach we do search to find any chametz to remove, to burn the next day, to destroy chametz. That's the first mitzvah. Once we did that mitzvah, then of course we have to make sure there's no chametz owned by you, even if it's not in your house, in your warehouse, in your second house in Miami, in your second house in Israel. I shouldn't own it. That's lo yira'eh. I'm not supposed to own such a chametz. And of course, eating it, that we know, of course, very, very strict, that we can't even have the smallest amount near where our food is. If it gets even the smallest amount mixed in our food, the whole food becomes asur to eat. Every food which is asur to eat technically has a level of bitul. Bitul means you can make it batel if there is much more kosher versus the isur. But chametz, any amount doesn't matter, it's asur to eat the whole pot. So that's what we know. That's what the Jews has been very, very strict in cleaning for Pesach, to make sure nothing is around to mix into our food. Fine. We are good with that. The timing.
Regarding to the chametz that you own, when exactly a person who leave the house can sell the chametz, not sell the chametz? What's the story with tikat chametz when you leave the house? What exactly happens if you're not going to be in the house? You own a house in Miami, but you will never visit.
Okay, very good. So, as far as people who have more than one house, first of all, if you have chametz, you have to sell it. You can sell it where you are. Let's say you live here, but you have a house in Miami and you have a house in Israel. You have to sell whatever you have chametz in those places. You can sell it here. The only problem with Israel is, since the timing is ahead, you have to tell the rabbi to sell it for you on the 13th, not the 14th, because 14th is already asur. So you have to tell the rabbi. There is rabbis who specifically sell on 13th to avoid people who have a chametz somewhere else. Right? If you have a house in Israel that has chametz, that's how you do it. Fine. Now, if you stayed in any house that you won't stay for Pesach, let's say you're going to go to a hotel in Miami, in Arizona for Pesach, but you leave your house, then such a person, anybody leave any place that he lived after Purim, he needs to do twice searching chametz, bedikat chametz.
If you leave.
Anytime you leave from any dwelling place after Purim, you need to do bedikat chametz twice.
Where?
So take a look. Let's give an example. Let's say you leave tomorrow night to Miami, and you're gonna stay in Miami in your condo or in a hotel. Tonight you have to go home and do bedikat chametz in your home because you're leaving your home after Purim.
With the bracha?
No,
No bracha.
no bracha. No
The
bracha.
whole house, so only one who designated.
Technically the whole house, but since it's too difficult, people say I'm gonna sell the whole house except the kelim, except the dining room. And I only do dining room, which is mine, bedikat chametz and I do search the whole dining room and it's enough because I sold the rest of the house.
So the purpose of leaving is just to do the בדיקה. The mitzvah of בדיקה from פורים, 30 יום לפני החג,
Right.
you have an obligation to be בודק.
That's
What if I
right.
stay in hotel?
So wait.
דקה.
Step by step. So again, anytime you leave a dwelling place after Purim, I don't care you come back or you don't come back, the night before you leave, you must do bedikat chametz without the bracha. So if you come back, so of course, you have to do the bedikat when you come back if it's the night before. If you're gonna stay wherever you are for the whole Pesach, in our example, in Miami, you're gonna stay in Miami for the whole Pesach. Then, the night before Pesach, you must do bedikat chametz in that hotel room that you're staying, or in your own apartment that you own. That one takes a bracha because it is the correct night, 14th night.
Even if it's not your house, if it's a hotel?
So very good. If somebody who is renting an apartment here, you know a mitzvah bedikat chametz because you're renting is the building is not yours.
Nice, that's my rent. It's mine.
Okay, very good. So renting an apartment on a yearly basis is equal to renting a hotel on a daily basis.
Very nice.
In the both cases, they're both renting. One is a one-day contract.
It's
One is
clean.
a
Before you go, it's clean.
cleaning is not bedika, Rabbi.
What do you mean?
Every
clean what?
בדיקה-
For the mitzvah to become רבנים?
When you go,
Who clean it? רבנים clean it?
well, they come with a
No,
vacuum,
doesn't matter.
and they take a dust.
Doesn't matter.
Let's continue.
So don't forget. Don't
Let's
forget.
continue. Let's not get the shoe stuck.
So every bedikat chametz that's going to be done first is required to clean the house. You can never do bedika without cleaning. Not allowed. Your own house, your rental house, whatever it's first you must do cleaning, then bedika. Bedika by itself doesn't work. That's why people first clean. Either the lady does it or they get a maid to do it. First cleaning. Cleaning is an obligation. It's not a nice thing to do. You must clean before bedika.
In the
Obligation.
hotel. In the hotel room.
Wait. So in your home, either you do it or you get a maid to do it. In the hotel, the maid did it. So now you have to do bedika. It's two separate things. One is cleaning, one is bedika. Cleaning must be done by whom? Doesn't matter. Whoever. You, your maid, or somebody else. But then comes up bedika. Bedika has nothing to do with the cleaning. Bedika has to be done after cleaning. Okay? So therefore you go home and at night of 14th, wherever you are, make a bracha and do a bedika. If it's your apartment, yours. If it's a hotel, it's your rental on a daily basis. Okay? And any chametz you find, you burn the morning after. If morning after you are rushing to go to the airport, rushing to go to work, you have no time, you can burn it right after the bedika at night. You can burn it then. This is tomorrow morning, you don't have time to burn, you have to go somewhere, you have to go to work, whatever the case would be, then since you burn the chametz, then you cannot eat or own chametz anymore. Because if you do, you obligate a new bedika and a new burning of the chametz. Okay? As opposed to if we leave tomorrow morning, I still can have chametz on the side. Tomorrow morning I get up and do my tefillah and have my breakfast. Then what's left over, put in the fire with the whatever I had from last night and I finish with it.
Why cannot eat the little in the corner and maybe to keep it little just for the food and
Okay.
then check on it, that's what.
Okay, Rav Akna is asking if I do burning of the chametz and I keep the chametz contained, then what would be? So then, if you are fully aware of the chametz to be in the certain area, you have to be fully aware the whole time, whatever the whole half hour you're sitting and eating, for example, and then you have to make sure what's left over is destroyed again. Now, either you have to make a new fire, or you have to put it in the flush in the bathroom. However, else you destroy the chametz. So it becomes the new obligation of chametz, and then after that you must say kol chamira deke birshuti de chazite velo chazite, the biarte velo biarte, live till that's the last thing. That statement has to come after all the chametzim are out. Not somebody who has a chametz on the side, I'm going to eat later and another half hour. That's the last thing you do with chametz. That's the last statement. After all the chametzim are either eaten, destroyed, removed, you have nothing left. That's when you say that last statement of the bitul that we say in the morning.
What's the latest time we can do it?
The latest time is in the halacha hours, 5th hour. In our calendar, it's around 11 o'clock. 4 a.m. for burning and saying that statement of bitul.
At 12 o'clock, I can't own or have any more chametz.
By then, it's already too late. You lost the mitzvah of the tashbit. Tashbit is destroy chametz. Once chametz becomes asur, then you lost the mitzvah of destroying it because it's not anymore your chametz. It's already asur for you to have and to eat and to own. So once that happens, you lost that mitzvah. Finish. So you should try to finish everything earlier the better, right? And Erev Pesach is usually very busy time. So get up early, pray early. If you need to eat as much as is necessary. You need and necessary for you. Clean everything, put it in the fire, and you are done with it. And say Kol Chamira right after. After the fire, you say Kol Chamira. Do not say Kol Chamira before the fire. Why? Because you lose the mitzvah. But when you say Kol Chamira before the fire, what happens? It's already not mine. Once it's not yours, then whatever is burning is not your chametz. You lost the mitzvah. But once it's mine and I burn it, I did the mitzvah. I'm just saying Kol Chamira for if I didn't see anything. Fine. This is how you conduct Erev Pesach.
Throw this in the fire, then it's a bracha.
The bracha is the night before. Asher Elshon Mitzvah Mitzvanu Al Biur
No,
Chametz.
when you burn.
Kol Chamira is after the fire.
It's not a bracha, it's just a statement.
Yeah.
You're just saying something, it's not a bracha.
You are
No
saying
bracha
that
to
I
Hashem.
do not want to own chametz anymore. Whatever I own, even if I don't know about it, it's not mine. It's hefker. It's ownerless.
גבריאל מטעם
Просто говоришь, вот все, что я не видел, что я не уже выбросил, не мой, и вот это то, что просто сказал. Ты просто говоришь об этом. Yeah. Can I do it? Let's say I own a house and I have a son. Can I send my son as the messenger to clean the whole house, call Chamira, do everything for me?
If the son is level of chinuch lemitzvot,
Yeah.
and he knows exactly what he's doing, then you can have him do it.
I don't have
As
to worry
long
about
as-
it, right? I don't have to worry about saying bracha, searching, burning, everything.
You have to trust your son that he's able to do it. He knows what he's doing. You have to be able to trust him.
Okay, because I do it for my house.
That means he's
So I
trained
can
to
do
do
it for
it.
my whole house basically, even though it's not my house, it's my grandfather's. I live with my parents, so I can do it for them even though it's not my house. You know?
Okay, very good. That's a good question this gentleman is asking.
It's not my house, I don't own no chametz, it's
That's
not
right.
my property.
So that's right. Let's say he's staying by his cousin, grandfather, someone who owns a house which is not part of himself. He is separate from the ownership of the house and the chametzim in the house. What do you do? So in that regard, you are allowed to do the cleaning. You are allowed to do the bedikah for that person because you care for him and that person is too old, hard for him to do it. These two parts you could do for him. The third part, which is called Chamira, the Ikabir Shuti, he cannot do. He must let the owner do. Because that only an owner can say.
Everyone has to say for themselves, basically.
Unless the owner says to him, I give you the permission to use my authority to say it for me, then he can. But first you have to take the authority from him to you. As in English they call it what? What they call it, Rabbi, in English?
What's that?
Responsibility, no?
Power of attorney,
Power.
Oh, okay.
right?
No, but they're not going to give you that. They'll say, do the bracha for me, I'm not going to give you my real property.
No. Only the chemesim, not the property. The chemesim of the house.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to make hefker on his chair. You want to make hefker on his chametz that he owns.
No. If we're already talking about the power, Mechirat Chametz is part of it, right? What exactly Mechirat Chametz is helping a person? Okay, so
very
I give it to the rabbi.
So very
Now,
good.
do we have to be specific? We don't have to be specific. And B, after we have Chametz, after we sold it, can we leave the Chametz? We cannot leave the Chametz. If a goes coming really to the house, can he open the door and take the Chametz? Not taking the Chametz.
Very good. So Rabbi is asking, what is the purpose of selling chametz? Based on what we're doing, we are basically destroying the chametz. and removing it by cleaning
That's
it. Okay. The way the chametz the Torah wants is the way we have been discussing now. You have a chametz, take it out, destroy it. Came a time in history, in my time as a child, my father alav hashalom never sold chametz because we never owned chametz for Pesach. It came a time to generation, Baruch Hashem, people got rich, they have a bottle of whiskey, $5,000, they have a bottle of bourbon, $15,000. They say, oh, I'm not going to destroy it, I'm going to lose money, it's valuable. What should I do, Rabbi? Rabbi said, you know what, if it's not economically possible for you to destroy it, then we're going to take this part of valuable chametz and sell it out to the goyim, so it's not yours anymore, and you can do the mitzvah of what the Torah said with whatever it has no value to you. A piece of bread here, a cracker there, some dough that you have in the freezer. That's how we're going to do the mitzvah of the pure chametz. Basically, valuable chametz we take out, we put on the side to avoid destroying it, which is our obligation. Otherwise, if you have it and you don't sell it, then you must destroy it. You must take the bottle of whiskey, which is worth $10,000, open it up and put it down the sink.
Rabbi, what if I sell the chametz, then I lock all the doors in my house, my pantry, I lock everything, and I sell everything? That's it.
So if you sell all the chametz, then you are losing the mitzvah of tashbitu seor mibatechem. That's why we don't do that, because we want to take the chametz and destroy it to establish and get the mitzvah of
The good
tashbitu.
one. I'm saying the good. Yeah, I know about destroying. I'm saying the good one. You said you would separate the good valuable one, and then the ones that are not so good, you're gonna tell it and destroy. So the good one. What if I take the good one and I lock it up, and I put the key in my pillow, and I said, okay, I sold it. But how would I sold it? I locked it up.
No,
It's not
if you lock it alone, it's not going to save you. It's going to even make all the chametzim asur, and you have to destroy it during and after Pesach. You must come to the rabbi and sell it on a timely fashion. And even if you have a key, you have to understand, anybody sells any chametz, it should be at least the telephone number mentioned in the chametz documentation. So the goy, if he wants to take the chametz, can reach you and tell you open so I can take the chametz. If you make yourself inaccessible, your sale doesn't mean a sale, and your chametz becomes asur, and you must destroy it.
So in the phone number, in the phone number.
You
and
have
the
to
address.
be able to access the
The
person.
phone number, the address. Now, do we need details or all the
Not
chametz?
necessarily, no.
No.
That
But
is- Some people, they want to be particular in the cabinet, in the kitchen,
Yeah.
the
The right
right
side,
side,
the
and the
left
left
side.
side. You don't have to.
What if I said the whole house? Go through the whole
Any
house.
chametz that you find the whole house is yours. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good
oh,
enough.
of course.
That's good enough. Yeah.
Wow. So kind of cute.
But again, you have to be able to be accessed during Pesach for the goy, that if he wants to come, he should have a full access. If anybody is avoiding that, that avoiding will nullify the sale, will make the chametz asur. And the asur means not only you cannot drink it, you cannot even sell it. You must open it and let it down the sink.
Can I put it in the
the
garden?
mechirat chametz is as follows.
Come.
You sell the goy a chametz, and let's say you sell them the community chametz $5 million, and they give you $100 on the account. I mean, he didn't buy really $5 million. I mean, he didn't pay. Until the end of the holidays, you have a chance to get the money. The guy is broke. Barely have $20 in his pocket. He doesn't have. You're
Okay,
telling me
fine. So Rav Wagner is
after-
pointing out.
So what do you mean he's going to call me? He's going to call me. Did you pay for it? What do you mean he call me?
No.
Call me.
Okay, very good. So the
My
question.
budget is blue label, and red label, and gold label, and Gehinam label.
Yeah.
And each one of them $5,000. And you tell me, oh, I want to come to Chametz.
Very good. Fine. So be'emet is, Rav Wagner is asking, we know is not true. How can we sell something which we know is not true? The guy is not even near the number that he's supposed to pay, right? So for that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made us a good example. Where's the example? The example is as follows. Usually, 99% of people, when they buy a house, they buy the mortgage. And the mortgage in America for the first-time buyers is how much, Rabbi? No?
No, 10%.
No?
6%.
No?
FHA,
Ah,
3.5%.
3%. FHA first buyers are 3%. That means government is saying that people we know they can afford, they cannot put 20, 30, 40% down, they can put 3% down. And yet, when you put 3% down and you buy a house, who owns the house? You or the bank?
You do. No, you own it.
You own it.
You can take money out of the house.
Yeah. You can take the house and do whatever you want with it. The bank cannot tell you. The bank can only tell you, pay me. They cannot tell you, oh, you're not allowed to invite your relatives here because they're going to ruin the house. We want it to stay nice and new. They can't tell you that. They can tell you, give my money. So we see with 3%, which is minimal, they buy a whole house with the promise of you owe me the money to pay me later, even though they know the guy doesn't have. Because if the guy had it, they wouldn't give him 3%. They would tell him, give us 20% because that's the normal. Average banks, they don't let you go with 3%. They want 20, 25, 30%. Who knows about mortgages here? You know, any bank you can go and get a loan with less than 20%?
No.
Impossible. They won't let you. Government said no, 3%. But you know he doesn't have money yet, but we take his promise that he's going to pay us.
It's what kind of credit, you know.
You have to have a job, no question.
If you have a clean credit.
But there is criteria, but still they know they don't have the money. The government knows why they made 3% because they know you don't have the money. If they had the money, they would say, go give 20%. Why they want to give him 3%? Because then he doesn't have. So we say they agree with the minimal amount of 3% to sell you and you owe me the rest. But who owns the money, the house? You. The 3% guy owns it. Here too, this person comes in, he wants to put $100 on whatever amount of chametz you are selling, $1 million chametz. So but the point is the same way. You put a down payment of $100 and you have an obligation to pay the rest. So the bank says, if you don't pay me on a monthly basis, I foreclose on you and take the house back. Here we're going to tell him, if you don't pay me by the 9th day of after Pesach, we're going to foreclose on you and take it back. So we are copying the banks.
Well, the bank copied us.
Yeah, but can he come?
No,
do
banks,
that?
everybody knows
No,
about
but can
chametz
he come
dating.
do that, this?
Chametz dating is a joke.
No,
So I have to explain to them, no, it's not a joke. It's what you do with the bank with your own house. It's doing the same thing. Why is this one a joke? Not this one a joke.
Can you come in the middle of the holidays and take the chametz?
You should have, of course, the same as you. Can you come in the house and the bank says, oh, you didn't pay me, you cannot enter the house? No, go to court and get a foreclosure and get the house. Till then it's mine. Here too, he comes knocks on the door. Hello, sir. You have that $10,000 bottle of the whatever the bourbon. I want to drink it. You can't tell him no. You didn't. You only pay 100. This 10,000. You can't tell him that. So no, I put a down payment. It's mine now. If I don't pay you on the 9th day, you can foreclose on me.
Amen.
And now, there was a time like the rabbi said that it was expensive. Today, what's expensive? Today, I put enough half a bag of flour that costs $3 in the chametz. This one in the chametz. And this one in the. I have crackers, chametz, original.
Okay, so a person should know, Rabotai, I always tell people right after Purim in the minyan that I go to, Rabotai is after Purim, any chametz which is invaluable, bag of pita, box of cracker, half a box of cereal, finish eating it and don't sell it for Pesach. I always tell people.
Okay.
Don't sell minor things. Eat it. Serve it. A nice bottle of whiskey that is kosher for you, then fine. Then use the heter of selling it. Selling should not be the first choice. Selling is the last choice. And that should be said to every minyan, everywhere, that whatever chametz that you have, in the freezer, in the fridge, in the pantry, if it's not expensive, finish eating it.
Next. Tanit Bechorot. Tanit Bechorot in Pesach. Then we're going to get in Tanit Bechorot. What's the story of Tanit Bechorot? And what exactly you can do Tanit Bechorot? What exactly not? Who's the ladies, men, who's Abigail?
Okay, very good. So Tanit Bechorot is a minhag Israel. Why is it a minhag Israel? Because the Bechorot of the Yehudim got saved from getting killed the night of the Pesach. So at Pesach, they fast in order to be thankful to Hashem's nes, that Hashem protected the Yehudim, Bechor, on the night of the Pesach. Now the question is, who should fast? Anybody who has a Bechor status, either bechor from the father or bechor from the mother, should fast. Now, this minhag, most places, they bring a siyum of a Gemara so that they are able to eat and not to fast. They want to make a Seudat mitzvah. Same thing would be if you have a Seudah of Berit Milah. It does the same thing. If somebody has Berit Milah on the day of Erev Pesach, they can participate and they don't need any more Seudah of siyum of Masechet. Why they do that? They do that because this minhag cannot affect in a negative way the mitzvot of the Pesach. What do I mean? Many people, if they fast Erev Pesach, especially in America now that the time has been moved 1 hour later, what time they're going to eat? No, they're going to eat 11 o'clock, right? 11:30. By the time we sit down by Masa, it's 11:30. So the guy get up in the morning, as already 6 a.m., cannot eat anything or drink anything. Till 11 p.m., either he has a stomach problem or he has a headache problem. He comes to night of Pesach, his head is not with the Haggadah. His stomach cannot take wine. He gets upset stomach from matzah, which is dry for him. So he won't do the mitzvot properly. Cannot be a minhag come and ruin mitzvot which are minat Torah. Therefore, because of this, minhag became by most places that since many people won't do well on the Pesach night of the Seder, we're going to create a mitzvah for them to eat, so this way they don't have to fast, so that the mitzvot of the night shouldn't suffer.
The same rabbis that made the minhag is the same one that can take it make
So
it
don't
patur.
forget, 100 years ago people were used to fasting. If you go back to your grandfather, I'm sure he had much easier time to fast than you do. My father, Alav Shalom, he fasted at least 40, 50 years every Monday and Thursday.
Wow.
40, 50 years.
Oh,
Morning
Monday
to
and
night?
Thursday.
Morning to night?
Hmm?
Morning till night?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did. It wasn't easy, but they had certain amount of commitment that they were able to fast and function. He used to go to work and take care of the family and did whatever he had to do. So therefore, but now everybody, as soon as they fast, oh Rabbi, I have a headache, I have a stomach ache, I cannot walk, I cannot breathe even. So I cannot nefashot, give me a heter. So it's a different generation that we live in.
Rabbi, it's okay that we continue?
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Regarding to kashrut kelim, we're coming into Pesach, obvious, we need to kosher the dishes, we cannot use the same dishes that we use before Pesach or Pesach. Regarding to oven, regarding to microwave or dishwasher, שיש וכיור, כלי פלסטיק, and one leg, כלי זכוכית, I mean, if they need, the מחלוקת between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim, all these things. How do you kosher oven? How do you kosher dishwasher? And how do you kosher, especially microwave? After that, we're going to touch oven. Because I know that this one is balagan.
Okay, fine. So let's talk about the microwave, right?
Yes.
Rabbi? Microwave, there is 2 kinds of microwave out there. So this is how you're going to test it. Imagine, make a baked apple. Take an apple, make it baked. It's a healthy food. Put it in the microwave, let it become baked. When it's finished, open it and touch the ceiling. If it's hot, it needs hechsher. Usually making hechsher of the microwave, when it's hot, you don't do, better not to do. Put it away. Many microwave, after you bake something in there, you touch the bottom is still cold. Such a case of microwave, all you have to do is wash it off, clean it, the doors, the inside, the plate on the bottom, change it to a styrofoam or cover it with paper. Cover it with paper.
Aluminum paper.
Aluminum is going to make a thing. It's gonna make an explosion.
No, I don't understand. If the microwave make the apple hot, is that
No, it's make the ceiling of the thing hot, then becomes hard to. Then you can't make it kosher.
the ceiling may sweat like you see?
Not sweat, hot temperature, and it's the temperature that burns your hand. Has to be hot temperature.
Okay, what? The ceiling.
The ceiling.
And if the ceiling is not hot?
Then just wash it.
You don't have to do no hot water.
No,
this
hot water,
nonsense.
no.
When people put hot water 5 minutes here,
Yeah.
20 minutes here.
It's a good thing to do, but if you don't do it, it's still good as long as it's clean.
Because
Just the plate is no good because the food pours on it, and when food pours on it becomes problematic. Because you have to wash it very well and cover it with the paper, and that should be good. That's as far as the microwave, regular microwave. What was the next one, Rabbi?
Hold on.
Dishwasher.
Paper covered, what do you mean paper covered, like bouncy? Or paper what?
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper?
Yeah, anything, any paper.
Inside?
Usually the paper bags, the brown bags, they have a better paper. It stays
Oh.
nicer.
Outside or inside cover?
You know the glass plate that
Yes.
goes around,
That's
just
the
cover
only thing
it.
you cover.
Yeah,
Everything
just
else
cover.
you just wash and you're good.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Fine. Dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher, we're going to use Rav Moshe Feinstein's heter. He said use it 3 times, run it 3 times with soap, empty. And you're good. Assuming there is no real food sitting by the drainage, you have to look at it. That's a visual thing you should do. If visually there is no food material on any part, including the drainage, then you do run it 3 times with the soap. Kosher Pesach.
Oven. Oven self. What's the oven?
Oven, there's all kinds of ovens, so it depends which kind of oven. Let's talk about the gas oven, which is the easiest and the most used case. The gas oven, let's talk about first the oven, then we talk about the top. The oven, if it is self-cleaning, it's good. Just self-clean it and you're good. If it's not self-cleaning, then you should spray easy off on the grates and on the different areas. Let it burn to the maximum, which is usually 550 for 45 minutes, and that's kosher Pesach. That's for the oven inside. Just make sure the side of the doors you use easy off, because the side when it's sitting to close, it doesn't get the heat. So those trimming of the 4 corners, you gotta spray it because it doesn't get the heat. So spray with easy off. This way it's gonna get the.
Okay.
Okay. That's for the inside. For the top, you have the main part is the part which is the grates which the pots sit on. The tripod, right? Those better to put them in the oven, and oven when it's becoming kosher, kasher them too. Just clean them that there is no food material on it and put them inside. It's a double header. You make the oven kosher and you make the tripod kosher. Some the fancy ovens, they have some kind of a plastic under it, so it's sitting on it, so that you cannot do, it's going to ruin it. But then becomes question how you're going to kasher this that has plastic attached to it. Then becomes better to cover them with aluminum foil, double cover. The rest of the surface, Ashkenazim cover with aluminum foil. Sephardim don't have to cover, they just have to clean it well, but don't put food on it during Pesach. Avoid using the surface for any kind of food.
What if it falls down? Can I pick it up and eat it?
If it fell by accident, then you could eat it. But the Chatechila do not use the surface.
They not use?
The surface of the top is usually made from, basically is a kind of a porcelain on top of the oven. Porcelain you cannot kasher. Therefore clean it well. Some people they cover it with aluminum foil.
You're talking about fancy schmancy.
No, on top of the oven.
Regular
on top
oven,
of
top of the oven, top of the
Where the
oven.
fire is.
נכון.
Top of the
The
oven.
bottom.
Yeah.
No, on top.
Stove.
The stove.
נכון. האלה?
So after removing the grates, you have the.
You have the whole surface.
Yeah.
נכון.
First,
בסדר, אף אחד לא משתמש בזה.
Hmm?
We don't use it.
But what if food falls down? He's saying.
Because
So
there could be
we
food.
cover it with the aluminum.
You could cover it, and if you don't cover it, just make sure don't put Pesach food on it.
Okay.
And don't put the ladle, which is also hot on it.
If you're planning not to use the oven, or it's broken, can you just sell the oven?
If the oven you don't want to use, perfect. Just tape it so nobody should open it, and just use the stove.
Sell the minutes on the oven, not the oven.
No, for
We don't
instance,
sell chametz of the oven. The oven has no chametz to
I
sell.
have someone's building, the gas line is off,
Mhm.
so the oven is shut down by the building.
Okay.
Can you just sell the whole oven and not touch it?
You don't have to sell the oven. Why do you want to sell the oven?
Chametz on the oven.
Do you need to still clean it? You can't clean it because you can't do self-cleaning or pick it up.
No, no.
There's no gas.
no
You're
use.
talking about the chametz, which is
On the oven.
the very small morsels, and you're
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
So you
those
can't-
chametz we don't sell. We just have to make it bitu. When you make kol chamira, that's batel.
So you sell them.
You don't
The
sell.
chametz, it's
Whenever you're
Tape-
burning it,
tape
you
the
say-
you
oven.
can't burn it.
No, because when you are burning it, the state
You don't-
say,
you-
Yes,
covers
okay,
that.
got covers, got
Yeah.
it, okay.
You don't sell those.
And you don't burn it, but it's batul already.
Yeah, yeah.
Batul.
It's batel because it's too little and too
Yeah.
insignificant, and you don't want to own it.
Now, shish. The shish with the kilo. A shish is a countertop.
Countertop, which is a stone can get hagala. Therefore, you must take the kettle of hot boiling water. After cleaning the counter, wash it well, scrub it well, make it dry, not wet, shouldn't be wet, and use the kettle to go all over the place. Every inch should get this hot water coming out of the kettle. It should never stop the flow from the kettle, shouldn't be in and out, should be continuous flow. And you go all over, then that countertop is kosher le Pesach.
Can I just put, can I put cardboard and then cover it with one layer of heavy duty foil?
If you don't want to machshir it, you mean?
I don't want to do that because I have wood, cabinets and a wood
In the
floor.
case that there could be a loss of,
Financial loss.
yeah, if in that case, yes, you could. You have to clean it first.
I'll clean it at the top and normal, and then I put the cardboard and then I cover it with foil.
Yeah,
It's okay.
The rule of kashrut is cleaning obvious and then waiting 24 hours. She'no b'nimo, this is part of it, or it's okay, not, you don't have to wait. It's good to wait, but, and then kibolo kach b'torah.
okay, so that's a good question. Do you have to wait 24 hours to do halgala? If it's used for a hot chametz, it's a good chumrah. If it's not used for hot chametz, it's not even a good chumrah.
Okay, it's a foolish, okay.
You can just clean it and do halgala, and it's good.
Meaning,
to
if this
go.
is an oven, it's better to wait 24 hours. If you use it oven in the morning, so it's better to wait for tomorrow morning to kosher the oven. To wait 20, it's better, no?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's a good thing
yeah.
to do, but it's not obligatory.
Okay. אין חיוב שנייה, אין... A sink, the sink.
Think you do whatever we said regarding the countertop. Clean it well, dry it, and take the boiling kettle and go through every inch in one shot.
So the fact that we...
Not in and out. Yes.
After kosher, after everything, they put another sink, is again, chumrah.
Chumrah.
Chumrah, this is Ashkenaz, I mean...
Unless your sink is not a stainless steel and is porcelain. Porcelain cannot do hechsher, then it's a good thing to put a sink in there.
כן, obvious.
Yeah.
איך זה נקרא סינק? קיו. קיו, קיו. Okay, now, Rabbi, exactly happened with it? No. Regarding to cheres, clay, or how do you call it?
Porcelain.
Porcelain. Regarding to porcelain, they have the tradition. If you wait 7 years and nobody use it, you can use it for Pesach for 3.5 years. Is there any source for it, or period is not kashrut for porcelain?
Okay, so there is a
They have something like this, right? Robert?
there is a heter of such that Rashba brings, and the Rav Moshe uses for expensive porcelain.
Exactly. Bukhari and Avoni explains.
Yeah. So if it's expensive porcelain, it shouldn't be used for an entire year.
Okay, and then?
And then it's a good thing to do a kind of a 3 times put it in a hot water
Okay.
and then use it.
Well, what's the purpose? If I say that we don't pull it, what exactly happened after 1 year? I'm trying to understand the logic.
Okay, fine. The question is like this. The question is, whatever has heat, it absorbs. So the plates, they take heat from keli sheni. What does that mean? Usually porcelain cannot go on the fire, it busts. Right? They use, for example, let's say you have a pasta and it's cooked in a regular steel pan or pot. It's brought out and put on a table, and they serve it into a porcelain china dish. So that is a secondary heat. The first came from the pot. Secondary heat is the question if it absorbs or it doesn't. Since the question, and usually after a year, any food material becomes totally nullified. Usually after a year, food becomes no food. Where do you find that? That after a year the food becomes no food? We find it by insects. If you have an insect that is killed today, not alive, and you let it sit here for 12 months complete, after that it doesn't have the isurim of the insect. If it falls into your food, it's okay to eat it. So here, after 12 months, any food in this dish became nullified. It's not food anymore. And therefore the idea of chametz in it is not applicable. Therefore they say in such a case you can use this leniency to use, if you have expensive porcelain, use it in this manner. Wait 12 months, since it was used anyways only on the secondary level of fire and heat, and then from there you wait a year and the food becomes nothing, and then you can technically use it and make it kosher the Pesach.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay. What's it? What's glass? The famous machloket.
So glass, let's do this. Any glass which is for cold eating or drinking. For example, cups, glass cups. You have crystal, beautiful glass cups, and usually you use them for water, for cold drinks. Nobody use them for hot food. Those is okay 100% to wash properly, carefully, and use them for Pesach. But if you have a Pyrex and you are cooking food with extreme heat, and Pyrex is anyways $10, let's buy a new Pyrex for Pesach. We don't have to.
This is a plate. You know, today it become fancy plate.
Yeah.
They put the same thing like the cheres. They put it on the plate, the hat. What do you do with the plate? Glass plate.
Okay. So the glass plate, if there is a need for it, is especially fancy, and you don't have other dishes, or you don't want to have other dishes, you want to have a lighter load when you want to move, you could use it. But it's always better to have a separate dish when it's hot. Usage from regular time versus Pesach. Cold, no problem. Always wash your pitcher, wash your glasses, and use them for Pesach, no problem at all.
Regarding to food in general, it's brilliant. I love you, Romero. Okay, regarding to food. First of all, medicine. Medicine, how do you call it? Food for babies, formula of the babies. Medicine or food for animals. What's
Okay.
the three things?
So anything which has chametz in it, doesn't matter for animal, for medicine, and for any other purpose. If the food chametz is still edible, even not in a good way, this is a paste, it doesn't taste good, but it's still edible, is asur to have on Pesach. You can't have it. Now, even animal food the same way, you can't have it. So you have to buy animal food which is not chametzdik. If you cannot find, then you must tell your neighbor who is a goy, please, I pay you money, buy this food, and I send my dog there twice a day to eat. Either he does a favor to you, or you pay him to do it for you. But you shouldn't own this chametz if that's the only way you can feed this animal.
Baby.
Baby, the same way. You cannot own chametz. So usually for Pesach, they have more of a kosher than Pesach food for babies. Usually that's what they have. If it's real chametz, you must have the same scenario. You make a maid, you basically employ a maid, and you tell the maid, you buy the chametz, you come and feed my son, my daughter, and when you finish, take everything out of the house and throw it away. That's how you do it. But you cannot own the chametz. It's a isur min Torah. Otherwise, you just have to find kosher le Pesach. Medicine,
Exactly.
medicine. So our medicine, which is not edible for even dogs, because even if put it by the dog, they won't eat it. It's okay to take it when it's very bitter and it's not food level. It's very mixed with many chemicals, tastes horrible. That's okay for whoever needs to take it. If there is a medicine which tastes good, is a lozenge for sore throat and it tastes good, then you cannot have it. You shouldn't own and you shouldn't take for Pesach. Find a substitute which is kosher le Pesach.
Now, what exactly happened if the medicine that you buy in vitamins? Vitamins also.
Vitamin, the same thing.
What's the story with vitamin? Vitamin is something necessary, or
No.
vitamin is a privilege?
It's a privilege mainly. Therefore, if there's a chametz possibility, don't own it, and of course, don't take it. If some company makes it kosher le Pesach, so it's kosher le Pesach. There's nothing to talk about.
Coffee, tea, spices, or
Toothpaste.
What's the issue with kashrut? Pure coffee, pure tea,
So
pure,
basic coffee, unflavored,
black pepper,
yeah,
salt. I don't know.
yeah, unflavored coffee, basic coffee is kosher le Pesach. Doesn't matter it has a hechsher or it doesn't. So that's basic unflavored coffee. You good? Salt doesn't need hechsher.
Exactly.
Sugar doesn't need hechsher. You can buy any brand, even without hechsher. For Pesach including.
As long as the coffee doesn't have taste like ice and all.
Unflavored.
Exactly,
Unflavored.
all of them, because the flavor is the sugar.
No, flavor is the problem.
It's a problem, right?
Only unflavored basic coffee. Toothpaste, all the big brand names, which is basic, original, mint, white, it's okay. When it gets into all this fancy combination, yellow, blue, all kind of stuff, then some of them are kosher, some of them aren't. Just keep the basic for 8 days, it's okay.
And spices. I know that today everything is kosher, but
Spices, you have to have the hechsher. Why? Because when they bring the spice in a factory to grind it, they could be doing it with other stuff too. And because of the powder gets airborne, we can get into it, therefore we need to have a hechsher. That's for the spices. But if the factory, you know as a fact, it only has, let's say, pepper or turmeric, only that they process, then it's good. But since we don't know, we don't take a chance until we know for sure it's kosher Pesach, then we buy it only for with the hechsher.
That's true.
Okay, fine. So we can continue by on Wednesday.
עוד טיפה. A little more. I have to squeeze. כן, רבי. I told you, you can be in front.
Okay.
We're not concerned with the processors with coffee and whatnot.
That's the what?
The processors of coffee, they usually always have different types of coffee there.
Usually in a factory level, big brand names, for sure is designated. They don't keep switching. They have enough customers to have for each one its own line of production.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Everyone have a great evening and great Pesach.